Hello everyone, my name is Basti and I'm an independent trader with years of experience in the crypto markets. If you're looking for the latest information for daily chart analysis, and if you're looking for trading predictions as well as trading news, then you've come to the right place. Let's go. Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you here this morning, and today we're of course going to be looking at what's happened to Bitcoin. You probably already know we had a drop again in the price, but we're also going to be looking at the dollar index and how that has now influenced what is happening with the crypto market. So we will be looking at those two things today. And here, of course, on the 4-hour chart, you can see we lost about 2,800 US dollars. As you can see, the price had that significant drop. But first, we will mention the good news. And that is, one of them, of course, is we did not have a close below the previous low here on the left. So you can draw this line here. You can see that it's ascending, even though it's not that much, but that's a good sign. And we also managed to rebound from this green support line. We of course are using our 100 EMA line here as well as support, and we might be even building a double bottom here. So those three things for now are good things, but of course right now if you look at it, you can also say, well, things are not looking as great as a couple of days ago. And for that, we can go over here and look on the daily chart. Let's go ahead and set this up. You can also see something here, and that is this line is very significant. It's a line that I've mentioned to you guys already in previous videos. Previously, I mentioned, hey, once we go above this line, I want to see that we remain above it, that we don't drop below it. And so for now, we've already twice in this, the first time it was on April 1st, and now again yesterday we retested this line, and so far it has provided good support. As you can see, we tested it exactly on the dollar. Another thing to consider here is our 20 EMA line, and for that, of course, the indicator here is this green line. And as you can see, all throughout, this 20 EMA line is a very good indicator, because it many times has been very, very strong support, as you can see in these three examples, but also very, very strong resistance every time that we fall below it. In fact, for a while now, as you can see, previous to where we are at the moment, it was pretty much all over the place. You can see how strong of a resistance it was. And so once again, we are above it. It is support. We remain above it. That is a good thing. Let's hope that we don't fall below. Of course, now the bears are saying, hey, now finally Bitcoin is going to go back down to $20,000. I personally do not think that's going to be the case. In my opinion, worst case scenario, we go back down here to test our 50 EMA line before we see the price recover again. I also mentioned to you guys in previous videos that there was a very big probability that we remain inside this box here, and I've deleted this already because we kind of been doing other things and looking at other stuff. But I said, before we do see the price of Bitcoin skyrocket, first we're going to be moving here sideways for a while and try to consolidate and bring in more capital in this area. So I would say that's exactly what is happening. You can see here in our indicator that we do have this cluster of capital coming in. So that is something to keep in mind. And you can go back and look at previous videos if you want, so you can check and see exactly what is it that I mentioned about this little area, or rather a big one. Also, again, here on the daily chart, we see, of course, once again, we did fall, but we are holding strongly at the moment. We're holding on to this support. Also on the hourly, on the hour time frame, yes, of course, we pierced through these two support lines, but as you can see, we rebounded and we remain above it at the moment. That is a good thing. We're using this green line, of course, comes from our POC, our point of control, we've tested that already here, and we retested that again here. So good thing is we again might be building a double bottom. Hopefully that is the case. And yet again, another indicator here, or another thing to look at, is that we did not have a close below these two previous candles here on the left. So all those things combined, at least for now, are a good thing. And this, we can drag this line a bit longer, and of course now this is confirmed as a resistance line, because as you can see, twice we've had a fake out and twice we've failed to stay above it. Now this here is, classical market maker situation. Yesterday I even mentioned, hey, we're building this symmetrical triangle here, and there's a possibility for day traders to collect on a breakout. And so that did happen. We had a quick breakout, but of course the market makers are playing with us. They have been doing it already for weeks, maybe even months. And so you do have to be very careful when you are in profit that you take your profit, because otherwise you can find yourself, going back down to trigger your stop loss entry, and also maybe even liquidate. And so worst case scenario, you don't want to be there. What you want to do is take your profit. When you're in profit, then you're in the safe, at least. And I also mentioned this on my Telegram group yesterday. I posted here the symmetrical triangle chart, and I said, hey, there's a possibility for a trade here for day traders. I mentioned, not for people who are, opening long positions for weeks or months, but for day traders. We had the breakout. I said congratulations, but I also said, okay, the day is it's ended. Take your profit and be done with it. And so that is what happened. And by the way, you can join our Telegram group. You can find the link in the description. And so again, my advice, just so that we can close this, is when you're in profit, go ahead and close your position. Is the best thing you can do. If you want to help us and support this channel, make sure that you, of course, hit the thumbs up button, that you like the video, that you subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And that way you can always continue to help us bring this free content to you Monday through Friday. In the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we are at 48 points currently. So that means, of course, we remain inside this 50-50 change or chance, and not a whole lot has changed there. We, of course, if we do see a drop back down to the 30s and 20s, then that would be a good entry point for those of you who want to buy more Bitcoin. Cardano's network is adding more and more wallets to their network. Here you can see that they had about 3.2 million wallets that they've opened recently, or that they had so far. And they've been having a growth to 19.7% in the first quarter. So they are having a very good year so far. Then for also in the news, MicroStrategy has been buying more Bitcoin. That is, of course, also good news. And they bought at the price of $45,714 US. So right now, of course, they're a little in the minus, but I think that they they knew that something like that was possible. Either way, they are still pumping more and more into the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. And here, what we're going to do now, of course, is very important. Also, is we're going to go over and look at Ethereum. For that, first, we're going to be looking at the daily chart here. And so, of course, this is something I mentioned, this yellow box at the top. I say, hey guys, we have to manage to come into this area. If we don't, the probability that we drop again is very high. That's what I mentioned yesterday in the video, and that's exactly what happened. We did not manage to come in this and remain here for a while, consolidate. We couldn't do that, and this comes, of course, from this empty area that you can see here. And I mentioned, once we do manage to come in here, then the journey towards the 3,800 US dollars is relatively quick. So we didn't manage to do that. Of course, Bitcoin has something to do with the drop that you can see here. But one thing to mention at the very least for us right now is that we are retesting this price line over here at $3,200. We tested that exactly on the dollar, as you can see. In fact, when we zoom in over here, you can see, okay, 2066, $3,266. We tested that, and we also have our 100 EMA line right here. So we've tested those two things, and as you can see, we remain also inside an upward trend, and that is also very bullish. We can see that in the 4-hour chart. We can also see that on the daily chart that we have not, drawn a lower low, and for now that is a good thing for Ethereum. And this correction is naturally, one can even say, healthy, because we did have a huge pump in the price of Ethereum already in the last few weeks. So it is to be expected. And now let's talk about the index, the US dollar index futures, where, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video that we're going to be looking at this. And here the point that I want to illustrate is how we've been having this rally. You can see here we had a big drop, a little bit of consolidation, and then a rally in the price. And what happens here is when the index drop, then Bitcoin's price goes up, and then vice versa. When the index rise, then the price of Bitcoin drops. And so here you can see this in the smaller time frames. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we can see that we had this range, perfect range movement for the index, going up and down, retesting, and now there's a bit of a breakout in the price. So even better here, we can see that once, twice, and thrice we've retested the bottom of this range. Also, we touched the top side 3 times, and again we do have this breakout here. So what that means is, unless we see yet again that in the smaller time frames a drop in the index, then we really cannot expect that Bitcoin is gonna have an explosive move in the price towards the upside. And what it could be, of course, here is, again, just to illustrate this and so that you guys remember it, is, again, when the index drop in price, then Bitcoin goes up, and then the vice versa, the inverted case also applies here. So let's keep an eye on this as well. I recommend it. And it is something that definitely at the moment is strongly influencing what not just Bitcoin, of course, but the cryptocurrencies at large are all doing. So it is very important that we see, we keep this in our radar. And yeah, that's pretty much then everything that I prepared for you guys today. I hope that you like it. Of course, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, that you leave those in the description, or not in the description, sorry, in the comments below the description. And again, that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and you check out the different links that we provided for you in the description as well. Thank you for your attention. Again, my name is Basti. Have a great day. Bye bye.